initiation, the second step is the propagation, and the third step is the termination. So I repeat again, the free radical substitution mechanism involves three steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. So when we talk about initiation, the initiation takes place in the presence of sunlight. So once the initiation takes place, the radical of the halogen is generated. Once that is generated, in the next step, it will react with the alkane to form the alkyl radical. The alkyl radical will react with the halogen to form the alkyl halide, and this step is going to continue till the entire alkane, all the hydrogens are replaced with the halogen. So the propagation will continue. And how the termination will happen? The termination will happen when the radicals are going to be quenched, when the radicals are going to be finished by forming neutral species. They could form a halogen, they could form an RR bond, or the RX, a neutral species. So once the radical is finished, we'll say the reaction is over. The entire, all the hydrogens in the alkane are replaced with the chlorine or with the bromine or with the iodine. What is to be remembered here? To be remembered here is greater the reactivity, lesser is the selectivity. So when I talk about chlorination and bromination, because I talked about chlorination here, I could do bromination as well. So when I talk about chlorination and bromination, adding chlorine is more reactive than bromine, which means that bromination reaction would be more selective. Bromination reaction would be more selective than the chlorination reaction. So it is very important that the order of reactivity follows fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. The most reactive is fluorine and the least reactive would be iodine. The greater the reactivity, lesser is the selectivity, and vice versa. And again, as I told yesterday as well, the most important single factor which causes the order of the halogen reactivity, I repeat again, the most important factor which causes the order of the halogen reactivity is the decreasing strength of the HX bond, which follows the order HF, HCl, followed by HBr and HI. This is because the increasing HX bond strength actually is the rate determining step of the reaction. I repeat again, this is because the increasing HX bond strength, which is in the propagation step, is actually the rate determining step of the reaction. As we already know that the stereochemistry of such substitution reactions have also to be taken into account, but what is important is that the alkyl radicals normally have a planar structure. I repeat again, the alkyl radicals, they have a planar structure, so they can be attacked from both sides. The alkyl radical have a planar structure, so they can be attacked from both sides, and normally we get a racemic mixture. We normally get a racemic substitution product, so it is not stereochemically oriented or it is not stereochemically driven because of the fact that the alkyl radical, they have a planar structure and can be attacked equally from both the sides, leading to racemic products. Therefore, stereochemistry is not very clear and it is not very oriented. There is one more thing which needs to be covered here, is that, as I told previously as well, it is important that whenever the reactivity is more for the substitution, there will be less selectivity. And when the selectivity is more, there will be less reactivity. So we have to compromise on one thing in order to form the product of my choice. So when I'm choosing reactivity over selectivity, I would be using halogens like chlorine or fluorine. But when I want selectivity, I would be using bromine and iodine because I know they are more selective and would give me the required substitution products. I hope it is clear by now. The next part is the allelic halogenation. Allelic halogenation. Again, this is very important. And what is very interesting about these reactions. It is very interesting because normally what happens whenever you do addition across alkenes, I'm talking about addition reactions now. So whenever we do additions across alkene using bromine, what happens is that the double bonds gets replaced with a single bond and the halogens get added across the double bond. But this is a very unusual kind of halogenation where the double bond remains intact and the halogen gets attached at the allelic position. So it is actually a substitution reaction. It is not an addition. So it is in continuation with the substitution, which we talked about, very general substitution reactions. But here I'm talking about the next, which is a more selective kind of halogenation, which is called as the allelic halogenation. So let us discuss the allelic halogenation. And what is important is that it is carried out by a reagent. You have to know the name of the reagent. So the name of the reagent is NBS. N-bromosuccinamide. So allelic halogenation is carried out at the allelic position in using a number of reagents like NBS, like NCS. NCS stands for N-chlorosuccinamide. NBS stands for N-bromosuccinamide. So for example, if I want to add bromine, I would be using NBS. If I want to add chlorine, I would be using NCS. There is another reagent, tertiary butyl hypochlorite. But the most common reagent which carries out selective bromination is NBS, N-bromosuccinamide. Now, what happens is that how does the reaction take place? So let us see the mechanism of the reaction in the next step. So what happens